I don't know who needs to hear this, but today I want to talk about forgiveness and anger and some of the new things that I have learned about this topic, because this is something that I have talked about before. Because I feel like in life, even if you forgive someone, there will always be those situations where you have to forgive them over and over again. Those times where you get triggers and then you think about that situation that has happened and you want to cast that person out, or you want to grab them and you want to kill them, or whatever the situation is. You just need to remember that forgiveness is not something that you do once off, but it is a process that you have to do over and over and over and over again. But what I want to say first is you need to realize that forgiveness it does not mean that you have to be friends with that person. It does not mean that you have to talk to that person. It does not even mean that you have to tell them that you have forgiven them. It just means that you let go of the resentment, you let go of the anger, you take your energy and your power from them, because some people that have hurt you don't give a damn. They don't care if you are hurting. They don't even know that you are hurting. So it's very important to take your power back, to take your energy back, and don't allow people who have hurt you in the past to continue hurting you over and over and over again. But I think first, before you forgive someone, it's very important to just tell yourself that before I forgive this person, I am first going to start with forgiving myself. I feel like with the Christian community, it's very easy for people to say that you need to forgive because God forgives you on a daily basis. Yes, that is true. God forgives you on a daily basis. But remember, you are a human being, and it's not going to be easy for you just like that. So when you are not ready to forgive someone, pause, allow yourself to feel those emotions, as long as you don't suppress them. If you have anger, as long as you don't suppress it and cause resentment, bitterness and anger. But when you're still angry, it's okay. Take your time, be kind to yourself, and just know that anything that is done prematurely has a risk of complications. I think this is something that I've heard from Sarah Jakes, where she says that if something is done prematurely, there are risks of complications. I think she was talking about blessings, where if you're blessed before the right time, that might end up backfiring. And for me, this reminds me of when a woman is pregnant. She knows that that process is going to take 9 months. She does not want that baby to come maybe at 6 months or 5 months prematurely, because there might be risks of losing the baby. So when you're still angry, when you're still frustrated, it is okay to give yourself some time, allow yourself to just breathe. And there's also something that another lady said that I feel like really resonated with me, where she was saying that if someone has been shot and then you tell them to forgive the perpetrator, that is not fair, because the person who has been shot needs to be taken to the hospital first, and then the doctors would attend to them. They would stop the bleeding. After that, they would bandage the wound. After that, they would give them medication to heal that pain that they're feeling right now. And then after that, they would need to rest. Then they would need to eat and drink water to regain the blood that they have lost. So it is the same as when you have been hurt, when you have been injured in your heart. It's important to take time to heal. So it's not fair for people to tell you to just move on just like that, to just forgive, because when you do that, it is going to be dangerous, and there's no need for you to forgive when you are ready. Take your time, and while you're taking your time, be kind to yourself, love yourself, and know that it's not a problem. You are a human being, and that is fine. And another thing that I want to talk about when it comes to this topic is, before you can forgive someone who has hurt you, it's important to first forgive yourself. Forget about that person for now and just think of yourself to go through that situation. Forgive yourself for going through that situation. Forgive yourself for allowing people to mistreat you, or whatever the situation is. But it's important to first attend to yourself, first attend to your needs, attend to what you are feeling, attend to your emotions. And there's something that I heard about emotions that I really love, where Abraham Hicks says that your emotions are not your enemy. So if you are angry, you are frustrated, that is fine. Just ask yourself if you are far or close from God. When you are resentful, when you are jealous, when you are angry, you are far from God. So ask yourself, which emotion can I try to reach for right now? And he says that it's impossible to move from depression to joy. So between depression and joy, there are emotions in between. So he says things like, it is better to be neutral than to be angry, but it is better to be angry than to be depressed. So find out from yourself, which emotion are you currently at right now, and ask yourself, which emotion that is better than this that I can reach for. And if you're feeling angry but you're feeling depressed before, that is fine. Congratulate yourself for that progress, because it is something, and it is much better than where you have been previously. And then just aim and try to aim for better emotions, and the more you do this, the more you will get to the emotion of joy. And if you feel like you can't reach for any emotion right now, just take a nap. I love this, and for me, when I take those naps, I make sure that I listen to affirmations, whether it is affirmations about love or maybe just listening to Bible verses. I feel, for me, when I do that, I always wake up feeling so much better, hopeful, maybe wanting to go to gym, maybe wanting to stretch, maybe wanting to eat healthier. Because for me, I feel like when I nap, I save myself from so much trouble, because especially in the past, I used to be someone who loves venting on social media, and that does not help you, because most people don't even care about you. They just want to watch you suffering. Don't allow that for yourself. And the last thing that I want to say is, it's important to understand that it is easier to forgive when you are closer to your Creator. It is easier to forgive when you understand that you are not your mistakes, and also when you understand that even the person who has hurt you is not defined by what they have done to you. That was a moment where they did not have the awareness, where they had a lower unconsciousness, where they were just reacting from whatever that was happening. So it's important to be closer to God, because when you are closer to God, when you are more aligned with love and with light, you forgive, and you understand that life is short. You understand that all of these things that we are mad about right now, all of these things that we are upset about, all of these things that we are fighting over, they're not going to matter. One day, the Lord is going to come and fetch His creation. And when that happens, none of these things will matter. And you realize that it's important to just enjoy each and every moment in life, and know that life is short, and know that you don't deserve to stay in a state of anger, resentment, and bitterness. And also you realize that anger and unforgiveness and resentment, they can even cause diseases. So give yourself some time, be kind to yourself, love yourself, forgive yourself over and over and over again. And I hope this helps. And I think for me, what also helps me when it comes to this is I always remind myself that I'm just like a drop of water, and the Lord is like an ocean. So when you remember that, you know that all the things that you need are in that ocean, and as long as you align yourself with that ocean, there is so much abundance there is so much love, there is so much clarity there is so much ease, there is so much joy there. So as long as you just allow yourself to connect to that ocean, you are going to be okay. But the thing is, sometimes we focus so much on this drop that we are, and we zoom in on that, and we think that it's the end of the world, and we think that there is nothing that can be resolved. But the truth is, you are part of something that is so much bigger than you, something that is so abundant, something that is just pure light. And just try to connect with that and pray, ask God to help you to forgive, because it is not easy, I'm not going to lie. And I hope this helps. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think, what is your biggest takeaway? And don't forget to like and watch my other playlists. I hope this helps. Have a great day. I love you. Goodbye.